With your support, this evening's music will benefit the Wildlife Conservation Society. For 100 years, the remarkable men and women of this great American institution have been fighting to save wildlife and wild places for future generations. That's why I'm a member. Join me. Together, we can make a world of difference. Thank you. The Wildlife Conservation Society is one of the largest environmental organizations, and I think the one doing the most hands-on work everywhere around the world. You know, you think about wildlife, you think of just animals, and you don't think about habitat. You don't think about where they live, how they live, the foods they eat, the ecosystem that is a part of their existence. And for so much of what wildlife is about, of what wilderness is about, has to do with these larger issues. And not all organizations are as deeply or as broadly involved as the Wildlife Conservation Society in these areas. I love the feeling that I call Rocky Mountain High. I love the feeling that I have when I've hiked someplace up in the mountains. I'm in the middle of that magnificence, whether it's in the winter or the summer, and I know that that kind of feeling is something that is available to everybody. And when you get to some place that you had to do something to get there, and there's not a crowd of people around, and the experience that is a precious thing. And it's something that I think we must preserve for ourselves. And I hope that a part of what people will get out of this concert is to remember the experiences like that, whatever Rocky Mountain High connotates for them, how valuable that is in their lives, and that there are things that need to be done and things that we can all do to preserve the opportunity for that kind of experience for ourselves, for our children, for our grandchildren, forever. It's not that I'm uncomfortable in cities. It's just that I'm more comfortable and more at home and more at peace with myself outside of all of this chaos. At the time that I first heard I Guess He'd Rather Be in Colorado, I was getting to a place in my life where more and more I yearned to live someplace in the West, someplace in the mountains. I've got a different perspective on a lot of the songs. It's surprising to me the different levels that I find in a lot of these songs, and how a song I wrote 20 years ago can all of a sudden take on whole new meanings for me. And sometimes it happens in the middle of it when you're performing it, and all of a sudden you think of something, remember something, or see something that you never did before. My greatest inspiration has always been the out-of-doors. The out-of-doors was my first and truest best friend. And because of that, when I began to try and express myself, it was a perfectly natural thing for me to use images from nature. And my songs are full of images from nature. People may not know West Virginia, but they know what Take Me Home feels like, and country roads are, I think, a part of everybody's life. And those simple things, Sunshine on My Shoulders. In Annie's song, You Fill Up My Senses Like a Night in a Forest, Like a Walk in the Rain. These are parts of people's experience all over the world. The music that my father listened to, the music that I was raised on, was called country and western. And in the years since then, it's gotten to be very much country music. They took the West out of it. And although I've been called a country singer, and certainly have written some country songs and had some great success there with things like Country Roads and Back Home Again, thank God I'm a country boy, one, I don't feel that I've ever really been accepted by the country artist or by country music, because I'm somehow outside of that, and I don't really feel like I'm a country artist. I'm more a Western artist. And the songs that are most moving to me and the songs that I think are uniquely mine are really not country songs, you know, notwithstanding the songs that I mentioned. Songs like Rocky Mountain High, that's not a country song. Eagles and Horses, that's not a country song. Wild Montana Skies. Those are songs that come out of the spirit of the American West. And I feel good about that. It's not that I would much rather represent, I'd be very proud to be a real part of country music. And I love country music, like I say, I was raised on it. But I like this notion of the American West. There's nothing in the world like the American West. There's nothing like its people, there's nothing like its splendor, and there's nothing like its spirit. And I think the songs that I'm proudest of are the songs that, to some degree or another, express or represent the spirit of the American West. The question I'm most asked about the environment is, the problems are so big, what can I do? And I remind people, well, you don't have to do it all. But there is something that you can do. And it can be easy. It doesn't have to be a great sacrifice. As I say, if it comes out of your own heart and spirit, your own inclinations, it's a thing that's easy to do. So you do the thing that you can do. That is an expression of who you are and an expression of your sense of relationship to nature, to the environment. You do the thing that you can do. I'll do the thing that I can do. We'll try to get these other people to do what they can do, and these people, and we can save ourselves. The Zen Buddhists say that as air is to the bird, as water is to a fish, so is resentment and regret to humankind. And in so much of what's going on in the world today, there is the opportunity for both, on some sides, enormous resentment that people's lives have to change or jobs have to change because of environmental issues. On the other side of it is the potential for an enormous amount of regret. I think of the people in the lumber industry up in the Northwest who are concerned about losing their jobs and changing a lifestyle. And at the same time, I wonder how many of them recognize that the streams are so siltified from runoff from where clear cutting has been taking place that the salmon are no longer coming in, that the fishing is down. And see, I have a thought, I want with all of my heart to be able to go fishing with my grandkids. And I want to go show them coral reefs in the ocean. I remember the day I first took my kids snorkeling. I remember the day, the first day that I went fishing with my son, Zach. And I think all people have that kind of feeling in their hearts. And how much would there be to regret if we destroyed that opportunity for ourselves? So it's something I think that we have to be mindful of as we make the decisions that have to do with our lives and how we live our lives and what we want out of our lives. I think that I would most like to be remembered for the fact that I stood up for what I believe in, that I spoke for it, I sang for it, I worked for the things that I believe in the world. I guess the thing that I feel best about, I'm not sure that I can say that it's what I like most about myself. I don't think in those terms, but my music, the songs that I've written, and the gifts that I have. That's why it's hard to say that I like this best about myself. I really don't own this. It is a gift, and I'm very grateful for it.
The Wildlife Conservation Society saved the American bison, discovered the songs of the great whales, and has brought wildlife education to schools around the world. And that's just the beginning. Whether it's for tigers, elephants, gorillas, or whales, the Wildlife Conservation Society's leadership is unequaled. It's one organization that's really doing something. Get involved. We can make a difference. Thank you.
You all, thanks. Thank you very much. You all have been absolutely wonderful tonight. I thank you very, very much for your patience. I thank you for your spirit and all that you gave to the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this. And I hope you like it when the finished product comes out. Thanks to all the crew for the great job they did, all of the support, everybody. Give them a big hand. Thanks to Sony Legacy, Element Foundation,
the Wildlife Conservation Society. Thank you very much.